this is a shot that I have a student that's currently working on, actually, and just based on what he's got here, I think it's a really good example of using contrast in some of the weight shifting movements in the hips and in poses to get some squash and stretch and really get more energy out of the shot.
It's going to be beautiful and dignified and uplifting, and it's going to be all mine. You want to help?
That there is a lot of up and down movement in the hips, and I'm always encouraging students to exaggerate and move the hips up and down the weight shift, exaggerate it further than they think they should be, because a lot of times it ends up being way too subtle, and then it just kind of gets lost when you're watching it at full speed. So making some of these weight shifts bigger, the highs higher and the lows lower, really helps to bring out, it's amazing how much it helps to bring out the character's emotion in the performance. It just really gets the expression reading so much bigger. So, you know, thinking higher highs, lower lows. And also with the contrast between poses, see here you've got a good stretch, the arms are down, the head is up, the spine is quite upright, and then when he shifts into this other mindset, and he moves the hips down quite a bit and changes the curve into a reverse C, and you know, pulls the arms in, and everything's got a very tightened feel. Even the facial expression is tightened up. So you've got a really good exaggerated sort of, everything feels much more squashed. He hasn't actually done any squashing of the geometry. It's just the way it is in the pose. But because there's such a good contrast between here and here, it makes the emotional changeover very apparent. And it reads really, really well. And then again, there's big contrast when he does this other weight shift here where he stands up, and it happens nice and quickly, and it's got a nice snappy feel to it. So you get really good energy there because there's such a big difference between here and here. It gives you a really nice energy. So exaggeration by using contrast in heights, contrast in the curves in the body and the poses, the juxtaposition of the extremes from one side to the other is what will give you more energy or less energy. If you have less of a difference between the two poses that are side by side, then you're going to have a more subtle expression. If you have more contrast, you're going to get a much more energetic expression. So a lot of the time what I'm seeing is expressions that are way too subtle when they should be bigger.